What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I've got a pretty important update for you all when it comes to Pokemon Go. So if you guys didn't know, just recently there was another kind of overhaul of rebalancing and adjustments when it comes to certain moves in the game. And if you guys remember, back in late July, early August, there was that massive update that heavily affected a lot of different Pokemon. It, heavily nerfed the Vaporeons and Snorlaxes and Alakazams and stuff like that. Well, it's not quite like that one. So that one adjusted the damages of certain attacks. This new update that came out a couple of days ago actually changed attacks. So moves were physically changed into something else or even completely removed, which is kind of crazy. So, it's weird that they did this. Now, the deal is it doesn't affect Pokemon that were already in circulation. So if you had a Pokemon where that moveset was removed, you're still gonna have that same moveset. It didn't take it away from you, but every Pokemon from here on out is not going to be able to get that again, which makes it kind of interesting because now they're kind of like almost collector's edition Pokemon that you can never get a certain type of moveset again. But anyway, all of this information is credit to TheSilphRoad. I'm going to link that subreddit down in the description. They've got good information over there if you guys are into this sort of thing. But as you guys can see from this infographic that they created, there were 19 different species of Pokemon who had their movesets changed, whether they were changed to a new type of move or completely removed the game or anything like that. And you guys will see, you can see like the damage per second changes, like plus or minus. Most of these weren't affected that much. They're very, very minor buffs or very, very minor nerfs, but there were three main Pokemon that were affected by this in a big way, and I wanted to highlight those for you guys in this video. So starting off with the bad news first, Gyarados has a pretty big nerf from this thing. So you guys can see what happened is Dragon Breath was completely removed, and this is actually a pretty big deal. So before this patch, before this update, you had two quick attack options for Gyarados, either Dragon Breath or Bite. And both of these attacks had the exact same DPS. They did the same damage output, but the advantage to Dragon Breath was because of its attack type. So Bite is a dark attack. Dark attacks are super effective against two types of Pokemon, Ghost and Psychic. Ghost Pokemon are really, really rare in Pokemon Go. The only Ghost Pokemon we have are Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, and they're not very good. You don't see many of those Pokemon in gyms or anywhere else, so that's not really useful. Now, on the other side of things, Bite or Dark attacks are also good against Psychic. We do have a few more of those. We have, Kadabra, Alakazam, Executor, Starmie, a few other ones like that. But again, those Pokemon really aren't that widely seen. Executor is probably the best one out of all of those that you'll see a decent amount, but he also has Solar Beam, so you don't want to use your water Pokemon against somebody with Solar Beam. So overall, Bite just didn't really have any advantages. On the other side of things, Dragon Breath was good against dragon types. So what's widely renowned to be one of the best Pokemon in the game right now before we have any legendaries? Dragonite. Dragonite, you see him all over the place. If somebody has a high CP Dragonite, they're definitely going to be at the top of that gym. And Gyarados used to have this dragon attack that was super effective against it. So Gyarados used to be really good at taking down high CP Dragonites, and now there's really no usefulness for that. Like, it can't do that anymore. So although technically from a straight up damage standpoint, Gyarados was not changed in terms of its type advantage against Dragonite, it was heavily changed, which really stinks. So Gyarados, I'm sorry, buddy. Rest in peace. Anyway, moving on to some better news. The other two large changes are for the good. So first up, we have Starmie. We're actually just talking about Starmie. It's a water and psychic Pokemon. This thing actually had two changes to its moveset. So Quick Attack, which was one of its quick tapping attacks, was changed to Tackle, which is a buff. And then also one of its charge attacks, Psybeam, was changed to Psychic, which was also a buff. So across the board there, it did get a buff. But Water Gun and Hydro Pump are still the two best moves you can get for that Pokemon. So watch out for that. But overall, Starmie's a little bit better. And then finally, last but not least, Chansey had a massive, massive, massive buff. So Chansey was already a very, very good, very underrated Pokemon, and now I think it's going to start catching some people's eyes. So basically what happened is its charge attack Psybeam was changed to Hyper Beam, and Psybeam did 10.5 damage per second. Hyper Beam now does 30 damage per second, so that was almost tripled. Its best charge attack was almost tripled, which is absolutely insane. And Chansey's already a fantastic Pokemon. It's very, very tanky. You can't get very high CP Chanseys, but all of them have enormous amounts of HP, so they can take a lot of damage. They can stand up to a lot of different types of Pokemon, and now it's got beastly attacks. If you get Pound for your quick attack on Chansey, that's actually the #1 fast attack in the game. And then Hyper Beam is the #10 charge attack in the game. So now Chansey is a Pokemon with a ton of health, and it's also got very, very powerful attacks. So there you guys have it. Those are the main changes with this update. Like I said, most of the stuff wasn't really changed that much, but Gyarados did have a pretty big nerf against Dragonite. Starmie's a little bit better, and then Chansey got a massive buff. So good luck finding Chansey. I haven't seen one in the wild yet. Pretty much everybody I've talked to has ended up getting it out of a 10K egg, so you just gotta get lucky with that roll of the dice. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace out.